Welcome to the Femalepreneur Coach podcast. I am your host, Rebecca Barr. I am a transformational mindset and business coach and six-figure award-winning female entrepreneur. Ladies, I'm here to tell you that business and making money doesn't have to be hard when you're in alignment and flow. Inside this podcast, I will be showing you how to transform your mindset to program it for success, how to maximize your money vibrations, and how to redesign your business for ultimate financial and time freedom. You know you are meant to live an epic life. Now it's time to claim it. Hey lovely, I am so excited. Welcome to another episode of the Femalepreneur Coach podcast. I've had a little unexpected break in my diary today. So obviously the first thing I wanted to do was get back to recording because I just have so much to say right now. I really feel activated as a coach. I've been to a couple of live in-person events recently, and it really has just really made me fall back in love with my business and just feel that I have so much more to share. So obviously my preferred method of communication is talking, and I always joke about do the thing that you used to get told off for when you were a kid, and for me it was always talking. So therefore having a podcast, ideal medium, obviously, but unfortunately, because obviously I'm super happy and joyful, but it's half term here or summer holidays in the UK for anybody. I know I've got some listeners that are abroad, but for us in the UK it's our summer holidays, so all the children at home, which obviously for me is a lot. So I haven't been able to do much recording. So I'm super excited to get back to today's episode because I've just got so much to say right now. And stay with me because I've got some really juicy, really value-packed episodes coming up as well. I've got mapped out a little series that I think is going to be really good. A little bit like my mini series with the Making Moves Monday client testimonials and case studies previously, and my Fierce Female series. I love doing these because I love theming the episode so I can really take you on a journey. But let's get back to today's session. So this session is all around soulful selling without live launches or challenges, because for me what I'm noticing more and more is, particularly as I get older, I just don't want to do the things that I don't want to do. And I really love live launching. And I need to caveat that because I am the kind of person that really bounces off the energy of a group and a container. It's why I love to build community, and every offer that I do, even my one-to-one clients come into my membership to experience that community, collective energy and support of other women. But obviously for me, you've got to put so much planning into them. And I'm pretty sure I've got ADHD. I need to look into this, but I am the kind of person that when I'm in the moment, when I'm in flow, when I'm high energy, I just want to do the thing. So if you don't want to wait until your next live launch, or if you are somebody that needs to add a bit more reoccurring revenue and have a steady flow of sales in your business, this episode is for you. Because what I will be taking you through is basically my signature method of selling. I am all about connection and having a genuine conversation with somebody. As much as I love to create sales pages and I've got really great, highly converting sales pages and opt-ins and funnels. Obviously, that's also my passion because it represents a journey. That's why I love funnels. But for me, it's all about just having a conversation with somebody and saying, how can I help you? And for me, selling is serving. So my favorite method to serve is DMs. So on Instagram and Facebook, it's all about embracing direct messages and those genuine one-to-one connections with your clients. So a lot of the time when I speak to clients, ladies in my membership, people that I work with, it's the number one thing that is missing from their sales strategy. And yet it is the easiest, in my opinion, because a lot of the time when you're planning these big launches, there's a certain level of expectation and ego in the, oh my God, everybody has seen me doing this thing, talking about this thing. If I then don't get a certain number of people in the program, if I then don't get a certain number of sales, I'm going to look like an absolute idiot. And that's really going to affect my soul going forwards. Well, direct messages is perfect for that because there is no expectation, there is no ego, nobody's watching, nobody knows what you're doing in the background. But also you get to build these really great, beautiful connections with your clients and ensure that everybody that you're bringing into your world and into your offers are actually aligned and people that you can help. It just makes everything so much easier with sales when you have have a really great offer that you know is going to serve people, and then you're obviously then checking with them that they are the right people, it just makes it so much easier, because that's when you're, rather than selling to absolutely anybody, you're really being selective with the ideal clients that you're working with. So the first kind of the 3 DMs that I use, this is my only strategy. I'm all about selling with ease and not sleaze. My friend Rachel is a sales mentor, and she coined that phrase, so I will give her credit. Her name is my sales mentor, Rachel Howard. She's amazing. But so she always says about selling with ease and not sleaze, and I am here for that, absolutely. So the 3 types of DMs that I use are, first of all, a welcome DM. So anybody that follows me on any of my social media platforms will always get a thank you or a welcome from me. Anybody that likes my posts will get a thank you, because I appreciate that support, and because I want it to be straight off the bat a really beautiful community. I don't want lurkers. I don't want people that are there just to see what I'm doing. I want people, by all means watch me if you really want to, but don't follow my page, because I only want the people there that actually are interested in women supporting women, and actually are interested in the things that I have to say. So, because I'm all about protecting the energy of your pages, and probably the reason why my page isn't yet at that 10,000, 20,000 mark is because I've been so fiercely protective of who it is that is following me. But also from a strategic point of view, ladies, whenever you go to add ads to your pages, Instagram will look and Facebook will look at who is following you and lookalike audiences. If you've got a load of men or people that you do not want to sell to, get rid of them off your page. So it's not about vanity metrics for me with social media. It's about being able to create actual relationships with people. So the first thing that somebody will get is a welcome DM. And essentially, this will be super simple. So you have to put it in a way that feels really organic to you. And maybe it's a voice note. Maybe it's not a copy and paste message. It's a voice note. People really appreciate that personal touch, and they will absolutely remember you if you welcome them, essentially. So it could just be something really simple that's like, hey, thank you so much for following my page. I'm super excited to have you here. Love to connect with incredible women. I'd love to, if you're on my page, you can expect value, or for me to tell you all of the things around a certain topic area, whatever feels good to you. What I also like to do is add a value adding resource, so i.e. to build my email list at the same time. So if you've got a lead magnet, then I'll always pop a link there, because it's another opportunity to really showcase your expertise, but also add some value to that person straight off the bat, and also grow your list. And then I'll follow it up with a question, so i.e. what is your biggest challenge right now? How can I help you? How can I be of service? Because that's a really great way to open up dialogue for people that are following you, because they genuinely need some help, in a really organic way that doesn't feel like you've got an ulterior motive, or that you're being sleazy in any way. And doesn't it feel so much better to get a message from somebody who's like, hey, how can I help you right now? Rather than somebody who's like, we've seen your page and we think you'd be great for this promotion. Da, 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 da. I hate those spammy messages. It almost irritates me, because it means that somebody somewhere is looking for a shortcut. And the reality is there aren't any shortcuts in business. And if there are, you're not going to be around very long. So let's not look for those quick hats and shortcuts. The next kind of DM that I really want to encourage you to embrace is permission-based messages. So this is where, we never go in somebody's inbox cold without any permission or any prior consent. I feel like that space, to me, even if it's just their inbox, is really sacred. It's in the same way as somebody's email inbox. We're not just going to pop up and be like, hey, buy my stuff. Whoever wants to receive a message, and unless you're going to do thousands of those a day, the reality is it's a waste of energy, and you're not going to get a very high conversion anyway. I'm all about asking somebody, is it okay if I talk to you about this thing? So the best way to do that is by polls on your stories. So if you are like, hey, I'm looking for 5 women that are really ready to push their business forward and accelerate their success. I have 5 coaching spots available right now, and this is something that I, typically use as well, that works really well. If you are interested in any of those spots or finding out more details, say yes, or hit the poll button where it's like yes, hell yes, or something. We never want to give people the option of no. So it's always like yes, and yes, it will send me more details. And then you've got permission to then reach out in a really authentic, organic way, that's a genuine way, that is like, hey, thank you so much for, for replying to my story. I would love to talk to you more about, my product or service. What's going on for you right now? Like, what do you need help with? So that it's really coming from a place of service rather than like just rinse and repeat, copy and paste messages. They never convert. So another one could be if you've said, comment below if you would like more details, or if this is a hell yes for you or something like that. So I'm all about the permission-based messages. And then the final one is the follow-up. So this is really great. If somebody has... the fortune's in the follow-up anyway. Any of my network marketers or any other businesses like that will know that it's absolutely in the follow-up, because sometimes people don't buy because it's just not the right time, or they're distracted, or they're busy. Sometimes it isn't even about you. So just going back to somebody and giving them a simple nudge, like, hey, I know we spoke about this before. Is this still something you're interested in? It actually could be the prompt that they need to take action and actually buy the thing. So never be afraid to go back to somebody that's previously expressed an interest in your services, or maybe it wasn't the right offer at the time, but now you've got something that really feels good and probably is. So I always go and reach out to people and say, hey, I know we spoke before and you weren't quite ready to invest, or you weren't quite, ready with your business. How about now? And the amount of inquiries that I'll get off the back of that will then, either it's a great touch point anyway to just show that, hey, I remember you, you are important to me, I still want to help you if I can, that feels really good. But also, like I say, the fortune's in the follow-up. So that's where people are like, oh my God, yes, thank you so much. I've still been struggling with this. Because a lot of the time when I work with clients, it's not necessarily the first time that they've come to me. A lot of the time I'll speak to somebody, and then there'll be, fear automatically kicks in about the investment, and they're like, oh shit. Because there's a lot of people, and I'm going to call this out, that build a business online because it's free, and because they think that they're going to get, like some quick win, some overnight success. And they don't realize the amount of work that it actually takes behind the scenes to actually build a business, a brand, a presence, a reputation, and to then be able to scale it without absolutely killing yourself. Now, for me, when I went into business 8 years ago, I had to sell my house. There wasn't investment funding available to me as a single mum and as a woman. So, and it wasn't even something that, I'm sure there could have been workarounds, but I didn't know what I didn't know at that time. So to me, the only obvious thing that I could do was sell my house. It's one of the reasons why I feel so passionately now about money mindset and women becoming really astute with their money. So obviously, if you haven't done that work, join me in my Millionaire Mindset Bootcamp. I go through lots of different smart ways to multiply your money and create smart investments and all of those things, because I didn't know. And I thought the only thing that I could do was literally sell my house. And I went into business. It cost me £90,000 to start up my business. There was, social media wasn't necessarily a thing. Influencers didn't get paid any money, and I had kids, so I couldn't afford to do that. Network marketing wasn't really even a thing at that point. So now the opportunities are endless, where anybody who feels like they just want to, that are curious about building a business, not committed, to do it. So as soon as then they think, oh, okay, I want the results that she's created for her client, they'll reach out. But as soon as they realize there's an investment to that, now, let me tell you, my one-to-one prices are not very expensive, and they will be increasing by the end of the year, because I've up-leveled as a coach. My network has up-leveled, my skills have up-leveled, like all of the things. So that will be, my prices will increase with that investment. I'm paying my own coaches £35,000. So what people are getting right now to work with me is an absolute bargain. However, for some people that are unaware of that need for investment, they, free is never going to be free enough, like they aren't prepared. So what then happens is they'll go away and say, okay, I'm going to try and do this by myself. I'm not prepared to put any money into it. They'll go away, waste another 6 months, get completely stressed out. They'll buy into some really like scroll stopping big names that we all know who they are. They'll buy into group programs that absolutely are not set up to serve them with where they are right now in their journey, i.e. they don't know what they don't know. And then it doesn't deal with any of the mindset stuff that goes on behind the scenes. Then they won't get any results. Then they'll come back to me and it'll be like, oh, hey, like, we were talking before and I wasn't quite ready to invest. Okay, yeah, about that. And then we'll start working up. So never lose sight of those people that you're like, okay, almost like I need to set them free. I need to let them go away and realize actually what they need. And then when they come back to me, they're going to be more aligned and more motivated to actually do the work when I work with them on a one-to-one. So those follow-ups are essential. The key to that is having a really great way of tracking your leads. Now, this could be like the sky's the limit. You could have like Asana boards and Trello boards, or you could just have a spreadsheet or a notebook. Like literally do whatever feels good to you. I'm all about the path to least resistance and making money as easily as possible. I never overcomplicate anything. I'm actually a really basic bitch when it comes to business, which is really surprising to me, the amount of money that I generate in the most simplest, basic of ways. But I think it's because I always had like a strong admin background, love a spreadsheet. So anything that I can use, even when I'm planning multi-six-figure launches with my clients, it's done on a spreadsheet. Like it really is that simple. So whatever feels good to you, you have to get organized with this. You've got to start using your business like a business, and you've got to really identify where is it best placed to put my energy. So DMs for me are not about necessarily, creating long lasting friendships. Be mindful of when you go into the DMs. Is this person somebody that I really want to build a relationship with because we may be able to collaborate in the future? Is it a potential client? Like social media should be a sales tool at first and foremost, because it's your vehicle, your conduit to actually serve your clients. It's the same as a sales page. So I've worked with clients before where I've gone into their DMs and genuinely, I cannot tell who is a friend and family and who is a potential client, because they are so familiar and they've gone so much into the friend zone that for them to come back now and try and sell to these clients would feel really awkward. And I definitely see that a lot when I've worked with people in network marketing before, that in an attempt to not be sleazy and not be salesy, they've completely friend zoned themselves, and now it's just awkward and uncomfortable. So I would say go in with the intention that I only use my social media for money making purposes. By all means, have your own personal profile if you want to scroll, and do all the other things. But social media for me, I'm all about putting your energy, getting the biggest bang for your buck with your energy. Like, that for, anybody that listens to my podcast, I always talk about the power of leverage and the power of energy and getting the biggest bang for your buck. I don't do anything that isn't going to make me money. I've got a team that can support me with those things. But equally, that is how you save your sanity and your soul. If you're going to be on your Instagram all day, every day, trying to drive traffic and trying to do all the things, but you're equally on there and just not intentional about what you're doing, it's going to drain the life out of you. It's not sustainable and you can't scale from there. So you're almost like capping your income before you even start, unless you really get some clear intentions around what that page is for. That will help you to create your copy. That will help you to show up with intention and purpose, rather than like, hey, this is my lunch. Hey, this is like just on here to have a chat because I haven't been on for a few days. It's about really moving people through that journey. So the good thing is you can sell products and services very easily through your DMs without ever needing a sales page or ever needing to go on and really be visible and vocal about it on your socials. That's what I love, because I am the person, this is just me, I'm a bit of an introvert, believe it or not. And when I built my businesses offline, I wasn't on Facebook bragging like, look at me, I just hit 6 figures. Look at me, I just made £5,000 in a day. Like, That's not me and that's not my style. I'm very much the person that works in the background and lets my success speak for itself. No one really needs to know how much money I have. For me, it's all about my clients, like how much my clients making. And if you feel the same, then this is a great way to low-key be making money in the background, minding your business, doing your thing, and just living your best life without any pressure or need to show up and be flash and do anything like that online. So I hope that's helped you. If you need any more help with this or want to, understand how you could apply these 3 types of DMs to your business, head over to Instagram, send me a message, let me know that you've listened to the podcast and that's why you have that question, because I love to track like what's working for me, because that's the thing that I would also love, again, for you guys to know, is to really get into a metrics mindset. Start tracking, start measuring, where is my energy best placed right now? Like, where am I getting the biggest bang for my buck? And do more of that. So whenever I've got a client, we just had a lady recently that's been in the membership. Now, she's been trying to launch her business for probably the best part of a year, and she's never made any sales. Now, a few weeks into the accountability challenge, she's already made a sale and now her second sale. And when I've gone back to her on the first one, she was like, right, what do I do now? And I'm like, well, what did you do to get the first one? She's like, well, I was talking to them in my DMs. I'm like, do more of that. Whatever is working for you, do more of that and just let everything else fall away if you need to. If you only do that one thing, do the one thing that's working for you and stop adding so many layers and intricacies and difficulties to your business. Make it as easy as possible. So anywho, I hope you have loved that episode. Let me know what your biggest takeaways are, what you're going to be doing differently, and come and say hey on Instagram to let me know that you've listened. And I hope you have a fantastic day. Thank you for listening to this episode. It's been amazing to share this time with you, and I feel honoured to be part of your journey. If you've loved what you've heard, had an aha moment, or found value in this episode, then please do like, comment and share. I would love to connect with you on Instagram and Facebook, so come and find me, and I look forward to helping you build your epic life.